Welcome back to Chi Time, Master Ken.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
Lovely to see you. Now, we're very much looking forward to your UK tour that's coming up in June. And I know you're going to be down in the New Forest, and that's nearly sold out now. And we've added this date in Bristol for you to come for a whole day workshop to share with us the Buddhist healing sounds Qigong. Could you tell us a little bit more about that workshop, please?
Sure. And of course, that's going to be an all-day workshop on June 16th. And I hope you can make it, because these will be my only events in Europe during 2019. Now, as you may know, there are many styles of Qigong. Qigong is kind of like acupuncture without the needles. That is, instead of going to the acupuncturist, and the acupuncturist determines how the qi is balanced or imbalanced and inserts needles in areas of blockage, through Qigong, we learn to manage our own healing system, our own energy, through various exercises, meditations, and even the use of therapeutic sound. We know that music and sound therapies are very, very ancient in China. There are records of as early as the 2nd century AD, in fact, even slightly before then, of people listening to particular notes in order to harmonize with the energy of the season. Now, one of the principal ideas in Chinese medicine, including Qigong, is that illness or imbalance, and by the way, the word Bing, disease, actually is a picture of someone off balance. So imbalance is a maladaptation to change. At least that's one of the reasons. So if we can harmonize with the changing seasons, even through listening to music, we can do it through the use of therapeutic sound, then we can achieve better health. Now, with the healing sounds Qigong, which is called in Chinese Liu Qi Fa, literally 6 Qi method. It's also known as Liu Zi Jue, the 6th sound or word secret. This is one of the most clinically tested methods of Qigong. It was made very famous by Dr. Ma Li Tang, a well-known doctor of Chinese medicine who used the healing sounds as part of the outpatient therapy among hospital patients, but it's been used extensively since then. However, the healing sounds really dates to about the 6th century AD. It probably began with one of two people, either a very famous Taoist alchemist. Now, alchemy basically means knowing how to use the elements of your own body, not taking any external medicines, but the elements of your own body to create the elixir of longevity. So there was a very famous Taoist alchemist named Tao Hongjing who wrote a book on the, you could say, secrets of lengthening one's years. And in that he mentions the healing sounds. But I think the most interesting reference, and one reason I'm calling this workshop the Buddhist healing sounds, is that from around the same period, the founder of a particular sect of Buddhism called the Mount Tiantai sect, this man's name was Zhi, wrote a book about the causes of disease. And among those causes of disease was incorrect and excessive meditation, what Buddhists would sometimes call stinking of Zen, as well as a discord among the elements. Most of us are familiar with the 4 elements of Ayurveda or the 5 elements of Chinese medicine. So when there's a lack of harmony among those elements, which are related to the health of the internal organs, then, or if one has engaged in excessive or incorrect meditation, one is more likely to develop some imbalance. Now, there are other imbalances, other causes of imbalance in this kind of Buddhist ideology mentioned in Zhi's text. But for purposes of our training together, these are the most important. That is, how to restore balance, how to meditate correctly, how to create good healing energy, in a sense, to charge up our life batteries. We have 5 major batteries in the body: the lungs, heart, liver, spleen, and kidneys. In the Healing Sounds workshop, we will be learning specific exercises. It's not just a seated meditation. This is a healing sound set that comes from the Taoist monasteries on Mount Hua, on Huashan. So it's a little bit different than what you've learned before. Maybe you've done some healing sounds before. This, I think, you'll find is quite different. we'll be doing a coordinated series of easy to learn, just 6 movements, easy to learn exercises, very gentle, with specific breathing techniques and sound to vibrate away xie qi, toxic qi, from the internal organs. As an example, because I know this sounds a little bit abstract if you haven't done it, it's kind of like trying to describe color to someone who's never seen a particular color. So as an example, let's say we were working on the heart. There's a movement, I won't be able to demonstrate it for you right now in this camera, but there's a specific movement that compresses the heart very slightly and gently. So you're getting a very gentle physical compression while inhaling. At the same time, you're imagining fresh energy entering the heart. Then as you exhale, releasing the arms overhead as though releasing any pressure in the area of the heart, you're vibrating away imbalanced or even toxic qi with the sound huh. So that would be an example of a healing sound for the heart, and there are sounds again for each of the organs. Now, we'll be able to learn all 5 of the major healing sounds, as well as an extra, you could say, organ called the triple burner. It's not really an organ, but a function that restores harmony in the upper, middle, and lower body. We'll be able to learn that whole set quite easily in the one day that we have. But there's also going to be time for discussion, for questions, and hopefully I'll have some answers, as well as looking into the therapeutic use of sound and music in general in ancient China. Many of us don't realize that even something as simple as a temple gong, I'll give you an example. I have my little props here today. So, for example, I don't know if you can see this gong here. So the gong is not only to set sacred feeling for worship or for meditation to energetically cleanse the space, but it also is therapeutic for the yang energy of the body. The gong is considered yang, and the contrasting instrument, which you find in every Buddhist and Taoist temple, is called the wooden fish, and it's a hollowed out piece of wood, looks a little bit like a fish. Anyway, it's a wooden fish, and it is beat with a mallet. Now, this is, in fact, used quite often in temples to mark time for a chant, such as Guanzi Zai Pusa Sing Shen Ban Ro Polo Mi Do Shu Jiao Jian Gong Gong Jie Kang Yu Yi Jie Ku Shu Li Zi Si Bu Yi Kong, and so forth. However, what I learned from my dear Taoist teacher, the Taoist abbot, Dr. Wong, I was his only lifetime apprentice. I'll give you an idea of his dates. He was born in 1910. So I studied with him in the 70s. What I learned from him is that in addition to this, you could say, religious use of the instruments, the gong is the instrument of yang, the wooden fish, the instrument of yin, and simply making these sounds will have a therapeutic effect on the yang and yin energy of the body. So we're going to look into these various, you could say, themes and variations. The theme, of course, is our practice. It will be primarily experiential. You're going to learn how to do it, but we'll also learn about the surrounding context, the philosophy, and how to really make this relevant to our own health needs.
Thank you. This sounds absolutely fascinating, and I cannot wait to learn and train some more with you. And thank you so much for your time here on Qi Time. And once again, Master Ken Cohen.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you all.
Absolutely. Thank you.